I've heard Israel and Qatar are paying $7,000 a post to talk about whatever bull they want in the media right now.
How do you make money as an independent news creator? Two ways. You either sell subscriptions or you sell your soul. We got contacted by a US-based influence marketing company.
The Israeli government is flying out like celebrities for free out there to do a tour for free, and it's on the house. Because when you land there, they go, you have to every day tweet positive things about Israel.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hey, it was a big mistake making this video at 3 a.m. I'm going to lose some sleep tonight. Let's have some fun. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
You know what the biggest fear is right now, Tom? If all of a sudden, you know who their superstar of the last 2 decades is that they're hoping has nothing to do with this? LeBron James.
Oh, for sure.
And let me tell you, who is LeBron James's guy?
Damon Jones.
No. I'm
Matt
talking
Carter?
management.
Lawyer?
I'm talking management.
Rich Paul?
Okay.
Rich Paul?
I'm talking management. So do you know the story of Matt Carter?
I do. I mean, I know Matt. Why? I mean, maybe I don't know this story. What's the story?
Do you know his gambling story?
Oh, I'm familiar with a little bit of it, yes.
Okay. So Maverick Carter, who is who?
That's LeBron's guy.
That's LeBron's guy, and he's the CEO of Spring Hill Company.
Mm-hmm.
Clutch Sports.
And uninterrupted. Clutch Sports, who is co-founded with who? LeBron James.
LeBron, yeah.
Rob, can you do me a favor? Ask ChatGPT, has Mav Carter had gambling issues in the past before? Yeah. And look how he answers the questions. According to multiple news reports, Mav Carter did admit in November of 2021, this is not a long time ago, okay, that he placed about 20 bets on football and basketball games over the course of a year, ranging $5,000 to $10,000. Mm-hmm. He said he used the services of a bookie named Wayne Nix, who ran an illegal sports betting ring. Carter told investigators he could not recall placing bets on the Lakers, despite his close business association with Team Star.
Halloween's the most dangerous season of the year for the homeless. I'm like, well, why is that? Are they eating bad candy? What's going on here? He's like, no. They have these vans that come around and they tell the homeless they're going to take them to a shelter. They've got whole big meals set up for them and showers, and they can wash their clothes and all this. And a lot of them get in the vans and go, and then they tie them up and they hold them for the 31st. And then they sacrifice them on the evening of Halloween to the devil. And it's like a perfect crime because nobody's looking for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think everything that's going on right now in the world is linked to Jeffrey Epstein. That's what I think. I think
everything?
I think everything.
Maui? Trump shit, everything?
Everything. Who's
UFOs?
connected? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you know,
yeah, all of it. All of it.
Since I met you, we've discussed UFOs. UFOs have been around. They've been talking about them since Jesus left Chicago.
Right.
But the last 3 fucking years, everybody's seen fucking UFOs.
Yeah.
How about that Miami shit? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
The people who did the coke for 40 years. Yeah. That's what you saw. You didn't see no fucking aliens. But that's what they're selling all over. Now people from the Navy,
it's a distraction.
All of a sudden, all these pilots, I was going here and they were driving right next to me, waving at me.
So fake.
Really? And now you decide to fucking tell me.
This is what I think.
Tell me.
There's a lot of important people that were on that list, right?
Right.
A lot from all over the world.
Right.
Politics,
music,
actors. You saw the list is out, dog. No ass right there. Chris Tucker pretty much said it was real.
Yep.
Not that everybody on the list did shit. Who knows? It would be easy to, like you said, drag. Like if in the 90s or in the 2000s, if people would have liked my music and I would have had a record deal, thank God nobody liked it.
And then somebody said, hey, let's go to the island?
Let's go to an island, dog. There's a billionaire. He's got a bunch of bitches that we're going to party. I think I would have went, dog. You know what I mean? Then you go. And you're talking to a scientist. And then you're like, dude, people brought their kids? You're like, no, dude, those are the bitches. Like, oh, shit.
No,
I'd be on a fucking kayak, dog. I'd be on a fucking kayak. Well, where's Miami, dog? Listen, well, how far is Florida?
What do you think is bitches? What do you think this UFO thing is? What do you think the UFO
I think, okay, no, the point is, no, this is the point.
Okay,
This is the point. My point is, the people that are on the list would rather, like if they had a choice, you want to go to jail for this shit as a pedophile, or would you rather have World War III? Would you rather have fucking civil war? Would you rather have a fake alien invasion where the world changes, like the whole world changes right away? Where would you go? Would you rather go to Guantanamo Bay? Would you rather go to prison? Or would you rather have World War III, Mad Max, alien invasion? That's what I think. World War III would save them. An alien invasion would save them. And a civil war will save them. So they want all that shit, dog. They want all that. They want complete chaos so they don't go to jail. That's what I think.
I don't like that the list only released 300 people. A lot more than 300 people on that fucking island. And I think they took the bottom half. Like,
is there really 300 people on that list?
I don't know. That's what
I don't
heard.
know if the official list has been released, has it?
Yeah. No. Who knows? The list could be fake.
No.
The list could be fake.
They're just releasing a list, but they're still covering up the fucking...
But Chris Tucker, he basically said, he didn't deny it. He said, yeah.
Right. He
was
said
just
he flew
saying,
with Jeffrey Epstein to Africa, but he didn't say he went to the island.
Exactly.
I think the people that went to the island, that's where things get real weird.
No, but you could go to the island and not know either.
And he also had a place in Manhattan. He was famous for having big parties at this house in Manhattan that he got from the guy who owned Victoria's Secret.
The most expensive mansion.
Guy gave him this
$75 million mansion.
There was other guys that were like these big hedge fund guys that gave him like $100 million. Gave it to him.
And they can't track why.
Yeah.
Nobody knows why he was so powerful.
He did a great job.
Trump's on the list,
money.
but Trump was like, "Nah, we hitched a ride to Trump Tower."
What you got to look into is Ghislaine Maxwell was his partner, but Ghislaine Maxwell's father, or what the fuck, Ghislaine? Ghislaine. Look into her father, Robert Maxwell.
Yeah.
All the answers are right there.
Hating on Bron, I think Bron the greatest athlete ever, bro. But bro, the moment I said anything, anytime you say anything about Bron, people call you and say, "Hey man, you might want to chill. I know you got some funny stories and shit. Hey, leave LeBron alone." I'm like, God damn. I came on here and apologized. Sorry. I'm talking these some real people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, nigga, you funny, nigga. And you get a little too funny. All right, my fault, brother. So I know ain't nothing getting by. They hold camp. They run the league.
There's a song.
See, that is the NBA's golden boy, LeBron. Right? Like, remember when Jordan had to leave the NBA? I don't remember. I was young, but I heard he had to leave the NBA. Gambling debt. Dad got killed. They didn't want that publicity with the NBA. Went to baseball for a year, came back, right? What's going to happen with this? This is their everything. LeBron has been the face of the NBA for what? 15 years, maybe more? They don't want this gambling thing coming out. And then we saw in the beginning of the clip, the Clutch Sports. We saw Chauncey Billups going into court with the Clutch Sports sweater. It's going to come crumbling down, y'all. And we're going to be here for it. I know you guys don't like the sports stuff, but this is big conspiracy news. This is big. I'm going to document it.
Got a baby. Came out for his first album, Tupacalypse Now. And Tupac, before that came out, was working on the movie Juice. And he's in New York filming Juice. And one day, every day at his trailer, he gets a New York Daily News. He was reading the newspapers. His mom would read him the newspapers as a kid, quiz him on it. And there's an article called Cries in the Night. And it's about a 12-year-old girl in the Noble Drew Ali public housing in Brooklyn who didn't tell anyone, delivered the baby on the bathroom floor, wrapped the baby in an odd lot plastic bag, opened the trash chute, threw the baby down the trash chute, just getting rid of the baby. It's the day the trash compactor is supposed to go off. And someone downstairs hears the baby crying. The baby's taken to the hospital. There's an article in the Daily News about it. Tupac reads it. He says to Omar Epps, his co-star, I'm just going to go write something. And he writes a song inspired by it. Tupac had an associate manager, a confidant named Layla Steinberg, who I interviewed for this book. And Layla said to me early on, I've always been wondering what happened to the baby, if that was even real. So I worked with a genealogist named Michelle Suley, who's an amazing genealogist. And I said to her, it would be amazing if we could find the baby from Brenda's Got a Baby. And she said, give me a couple of days. But one day she gives me a number and she goes, I think this is him. And she gave me a name, Davon Hodge. And I text his number because nobody answers phones anymore. I attach the article and I say, by any chance, are you the baby in this article? And he writes back, holy crap, let me call you tomorrow. 2 days later, I'm in Las Vegas at a Starbucks singing with Davon Hodge. He was adopted after this happened. His parents moved to Las Vegas. He was raised much of his life in Vegas. His adoptive parents died a few years ago. He does an Ancestry.com search. All these names come back. Noble Drew Ali Public Housing, Brooklyn, New York. He reaches out to them. They're like, holy crap, we've been looking for you for years. He goes there. He has this beautiful reunion. People are hugging him. There's food, all these relatives he never knew. And they say, do you like Tupac? He's like, yeah, I love Tupac. Like, do you know the song Brenda's Got a Baby? Of course. We think that's you. But he hasn't seen his mom since he was wee little because she threw him down the trash heap and vanished. I said to Michelle Sully, the genealogist of the gods,
find the mom?
Can we find the mom? Give me a few days. She calls her and she said, I'm working with this writer, Jeff Pearlman, about a book about Tupac. Did you have a baby when you were 12 who you threw? She starts screaming. Do you know where my baby is? Do you have any idea? Oh my God, I've been looking for my baby for decades. Do you know where she's crying and screaming? And Michelle says, yeah, we're in touch with him. She goes, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I need to get home. I need to get home. I live in Newark, New Jersey. I need to get home. Well, where are you? I'm at a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert. Oh, where's the concert? It's in Las Vegas. And they meet that night and reunite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, breaking news. The baby from Brenda's Baby is the man that shot and killed Tupac in Vegas. Now, but all jokes aside, they seem like for that traumatic life, one kid got in the trash and mom 12 was this. They seem like they grew up they turned out okay, right? One's at a Red Hot Chili Pepper concert in Vegas and the other one's living in Vegas. For those traumatic instances, it seems like, from what this dude said, like usually the odds are against you with that type of life coming up.
Guys, breaking news, Jamaica could be in big trouble. In only a matter of hours, the most powerful hurricane they have ever seen is going to make landfall. It is category 5, the strongest there is. It is named Melissa, not ideal, and huge evacuation orders have been issued with the Prime Minister saying every Jamaican prepare and stay indoors during this storm or else. What makes this even worse is that this thing is moving super slow, currently only around 3 miles per hour. That means it hangs over them for longer and does even more damage. It has maximum sustained wind speeds of a staggering 165 miles per hour. That is wild. In fact, actually, one of the research teams whose literal job it is to fly into powerful storms all the time, they had to abort their mission to make sure that this plane didn't receive structural damage. Melissa is now Earth's strongest storm of 2025. So from all of us, we wish every Jamaican good luck. And I'll keep you guys updated.
Perform fellatio on me, and you get your deal. That was what I heard while I was on Empire about some of the people in the business. And Petey Pablo, you remember Petey Pablo?
I know who that is.
Petey Pablo, talented writer, singer. Him and Young Buck wrote a song called Ho Is Home. And in that song, back in about 2011 or 29 or something, because he called out all of the taking place at those parties and those people, he was kicked out of the music business.
I thought it was gonna be cold out here. Feel good as hell. Nice and brown.
The time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything. And it was just an escape for me. I was just young, like everybody in the industry and people in the world. I started valuing the wrong things in this business because there was things dangling in front of me. If I did this, I'll be happy. If I do this, I'll be happy.
Rappers, they're all so tough until you hear their real name.
Yeah, or until you see them.
With Alex, the African gray parrot.
No.
Oh, you've got to look into this. I mean, maybe you could even get one of his trainers on the show. So Alex, the African gray parrots are probably the smartest bird. Definitely one of the smartest animals.
Right up there with crows or ravens?
Smarter. They're
Really?
very, very smart. They can talk. They can reason. Alex the parrot was a uniquely smart African gray parrot. By the way, African greys are usually not kept in captivity just because they're such a handful. There we go. That's out. There's Alex.
They're a handful because they're so intelligent.
It's like dogs that need to be exercised.
Oh,
they
like
need to be
a German
intellectually
Shepherd.
stimulated,
Oh.
and most people just don't have the time to keep an African gray properly stimulated. So they start. So they get depressed. They self harm. So they're not recommended as a beginner parrot by any means. Now Alex was interesting because
some of this,
he had a vocabulary. He understood grammar, and he is one of the only animal who asked an existential question, and he actually did it right before he died. If I remember correctly, like he wasn't just saying "give me food." He could say like "tomorrow I want this food." He could be, the existential question he asked was, "What's happening, and where am I going?" Which is, and he had never asked those questions before. They were brand new, formulated questions that he asked very shortly before he passed. And so there's a lot of now. Here's the other cool part: he's got a bird brain. He has a tiny little brain, and yet it has all that capacity. You've probably heard of people who have lost huge chunks of their brain and they reprogram and they seem to get by.
Mm-hmm.
Parrots like Alex suggest that you can get by with very little brain if it's oriented correctly. So imagine if I took a species like an African gray and I modified certain elements of its genetic code to cause its brain to be somewhat larger, somewhat more glucose consuming, so it has more energy, and then also to have more folds. They're very smooth brained. What if I could have, we know that folded brain tissue and the high density that it creates on the neuronal surface is very good for intelligence. Like, could you make an African gray that is able to have a normal human level conversation? I think it's actually very close to that.
LeBron James, what is he doing being led by this old little hunched over guy, huh? What's going on? He's holding on that thing hard, ain't he? I want y'all to watch his eyes right here, though. This is really, really weird to me. Watch when it glitches. Watch. Keep watching. Look. Up. You see that? Look at that. This right here is that slit, y'all. I want y'all to look really close so you can screenshot this. You can zoom in. I'm not trying to sound crazy, but y'all keep watching, okay? The ad's about to play. Ignore the ad. Anyways, look. Right there. If you look really, really closely, man, you can see it. It's like pointy. Come on. And you know, LeBron got dragged into NBA gambling scandal. Okay, now I posted about this yesterday, and a lot of people were like, "No, he didn't. He ain't got no gambling. Y'all can't be so obsessed with these people, and I'm not trying to bash the guy too bad. You know, I'm just letting y'all know what's up. Haven't been to a pizza party in a minute. Culver City. I mean, this shows what kind of integrity he's got. Look. He just acted like he got elbowed and he fell out, man. Hold on, it's gonna show two different angles, y'all. I mean, this is somebody that y'all look. That y'all
That's
are
the
worshiping.
NBA,
Like,
y'all.
oh my God, LeBron, please, let me get down. I mean, what is wrong? Look. Come on, man. Another example right here. He's on the ground acting like he's hurt, y'all. Watch him peek. Like, oh, shit. Like, come on. I want to go back to right here and why that rabbi's daggum holding on. He's holding on tight, man. He got a tongue and death grip on that thing, don't he? But why? What is he leading him to? I mean, are they just going to pray somewhere? I mean, because as you can see, all of them, this guy looks like he's a pretty high up, noble type guy. Lots of integrity, lots of power, lots of praise, all that. I mean, just look at him. He's probably pretty muscular, all that good stuff, man. I'm just wanting to know what exactly were they going to talk about? He's leading him somewhere. They go in a room. What do? I really, really, really would like some, hold on a second. I'd like some amazing comments. Y'all let me know, because this is something it's just not talked about enough. Like what's up with that? I mean, do I get to join in on that right there? And like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna give me the all-knowing knowledge? Come on, man. What is going on with the world, y'all? How did we even get here is what I want to know. Man. Usually I'm stopping the editing. I'm just letting this whole video roll right through, man. I don't know, man, but if y'all got anything like new to tell me besides the usual that we always talk about, y'all, hell, it's pretty cool. I should have wore it like this right here. Dadgummit, man. Man, shoot. Y'all have a good day, okay?
It's a simple way to get everyone to accept the mark of the beast. Starve them out, make them homeless, and keep them sick. Oh, And as far as you talking about the EBT card holders looting stores, that's not going to happen. You see, all it takes is for one city, one store, it doesn't matter what it's to happen to. The news gets out there immediately. Guess what happens? Trump sends out the military, not the National Guard. I think y'all forgetting. He got the military on standby. What we saw on these videos of they meeting, that was what they wanted us to see. But you got to remember, the camera turns off. And they had their own private conversation. Why do you think some of them stepped down and got the fuck away? Because of the news that they heard. But I'm going to get deeper into this. You see, they need us to beg them. Because martial law is going to come. Once anybody think about looting, it's going to come. You're stuck in your home. Now, all of you out there that's talking bad about the EBT card holders, thinking to yourself, yo, me and my family okay. I'm going to be honest with you, no, you're not. No, you're not. One or two things are going to happen. One, it's going to run out eventually. Two, when ICE, National Guards, or whoever come to your home and don't think you above nobody else that they can't come inside your home, guess what? Their mission is to make sure they make it as uncomfortable as they possibly can for you. It has to be done. Make the people beg. Cripple them. Knock them down to the ground. So then when they come out and say, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to wipe away your credit. We're going to do all of this. Make sure you eat. We got 15 minute cities, homes for all of you. But all you got to do is just take this little pinch right here, and you and your family are okay. You know what? Without a second thought, millions and millions and millions and millions of Americans are going to do it. The ones who don't do it, they're going to try to put up a fight for a minute. You're going to have many people do it. But here's the problem with it. When you're looking at your kids starving, your wife, your husband, or even your damn self starving, you're going to be like, you know what? It don't matter anyway. I'm going to die. You're going to take that mark of the beast. Get ready for it.
Yeah, he ain't lying. But my thing with this whole EBT thing, because there's a lot of rants going on TikTok, and I'll get into it on my second channel, links down below, is the ones that are making a big fuss about it, to me, are the ones that are abusing the system, right? They're getting $3,000 for food. Oh, it's the end of the month. We got 1,000 left. Let's fill up 5 carts of food and probably sell it. But the ones that really need it, the ones that really, really, like, if I don't use this, I don't eat, are the ones that are smart and they're prepared for these situations. Because guess what? If you have $100 left, I know because I used to have them. If you have $100 left, it's going to roll over to the next month. So if you get $600, well, this month you're going to have 7 now. It rolls over. So that's an emergency fund in its own, right? For the ones that really need it, the ones that are, the dad's got a low income job. The mom's got a low income job. They got 5 kids. They're out there, y'all. They're out there. I'm sure there's some of you guys watching this and you guys know that we prepare for these type of days. The ones that ain't prepared and it's the end of the month and they're not going to get it, 9 times out of 10, they're abusing the system, y'all, because you should be prepared for these times. You should be prepared for these times. I know I got an emergency fund. I know I got me some cash, put away in a high yield savings account. That's the same thing with that. That should be your emergency fund. You should have $500 always in there. Always let it build up. Let it build up. Sometimes, this government shutdown's coming. Hey, we got to take it easy this month. We're not going to get all the Doritos, all this stuff. We're going to get the bare minimum because we need some money for next month. The smart ones, that's what they do, y'all. And they're prepared for these situations.
Strangest thing was found in the catacombs.
Check out my second channel, y'all, if you like that talk.
Know so much about the catacombs, bro. It's like 174 miles of just tunnels and caves, all under Paris, pretty much. So this happened in 2004 in the catacombs, and the history of the catacombs, bro, is super freaking insane. Apparently, since 1955, they have banned any tourists or anybody from going down there without a tour guide. And this one day, police were doing like this training exercise down there for some reason, and while they were down there doing this shit, bro, they ended up noticing that there was like these motion censored cameras that were like following them and looking at them as they were going down and deeper in the catacombs. The deeper they go, bro, they ended up even hearing this like track that was like pre-recorded of a dog barking, and they kept hearing it. So they were like, okay, like what the f- is this? And pretty much what they were thinking is they used that to scare people from trying to approach wherever that area was. Yeah. So it was like you get to a certain area and then you start hearing like this pre-recording of a dog barking. So what the fuck? They kept going down deeper, and the deeper they went, they ended up literally going, and dude, you're not gonna believe this, they found a movie theater.
Everybody love Drake. Drake been around for a couple of decades now. He been in the game for a minute. Right now, he like say like a Kobe or LeBron of like the music industry. He been around for a minute. You gotta understand something about Drake. They just had a 7.2 magnitude earthquake in the Arctic Peninsula. It was on the Drake Passage. Not a coincidence, because Drake, he's coming out with an album called Iceman. And they had that earthquake that basically is in symbology of the fact that the great majority of the waters that's coming from the east to the west is going to alchemize and create a cryogenic state and freeze certain areas in places like New York City that's in alignment with the Mountain Dew can or whatever. When you get into the occult practices and you understand symbolism, Drake is a Luciferian. You can tell by way of the symbolism. When you look at the 6 God logo, it's showing you the praying hands, and the praying hands has a 6 above it. But the 6 is equated to Saturn, also equated to 6 ether energy, which is moon energy. Because he understands the octave vibrations that's coming from his voice by way of the citrucism, he has the ability to galvanize the people with the music and keep them under the sleep spell. So the praying hands is also an emulation of the alchemical symbol of the air, because when you manipulate the ethers by way of the frequencies, that's how you can control people mentally. He's using music as a mechanism to control people, to bring about different agendas that's connected to his bloodline, because he's a so-called Jew as well. He's in bed with those people. Do you think this brand OVO with the owl, you think that also means something too? When you look at the citrucism of it, the owl is also connected to the Bohemian Grove owl, which is a representation of secrecy. What is he holding secret? He's holding secret of the fact that the energy that he's propagating is connected to the Draconian star constellation. Draco, not a coincidence. That's because he's connected to the faction that was ruling under the Draconian star constellation that was in alignment with the moon in the Piscean age, which is the Canaanite Jew, which is the Ashkenazi Jew of what we call the Ukrainian mafia.
Now, I was gonna say, don't give Drake so much power that he's got. But then I was thinking, like, the people that have the real power are the people paying his checks, right? The people he's involved with, the J word, right? But he's their pawn. He's their pawn. When they're done with them, they just dispose of them. But he's the one that's getting millions and millions of souls, right? That's the devil's number one number one job. Get as many souls as you can. So that's what Drake's doing, right? That's why he's doing these, according to this guy, that's why he's doing this, Ice whatever album connected with that, right? Because he's the one that has the power over the masses. His bosses have the power over him, and he's got the power over the masses. So when the bosses are done with him, you're done. We'll bring this next one up because we need more.
Something awfully suspect is happening right this minute. So we had Trump just cancel his meeting with Putin because something did not feel right. Now at the same exact time, he started lifting sanctions off of Ukraine to fire deep inside of Russia, but that's not all. Of course, behind me, completely unrelated, at the same time, Trump put sanctions on Russian oil, right? Well, why we had 3 oil refineries go on fire in like the last hour or two, Romania, Slovakia, and Russia all at the same time. Completely unrelated, we know. Now, allegedly, I say allegedly to cover my own butt, even though it's basically proven. But hey, don't believe a word I say. We have a bill that is preliminary right now allowing that country in the Middle East to annex the West Bank. We are in a very dangerous place right now, not just geopolitically with all these conflicts going on, but also the US dollar. With gold bullion becoming harder to find and countries stocking up on it. It's almost like they're stocking up on this gold and the silver because they see something coming in the near future. Of course, this is not financial advice, but I gotta say it's a little bit worrisome. There's a lot of talk right now about ending these conflicts, but we have Venezuela, we still have the Middle East, and now we have things getting dangerous with Russia.
When we canceled the meeting with President Putin, it didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel like we were gonna get to the place we have to get, so I canceled it.
And of course, like I've been telling you guys the last couple of days, we also have this civil war in the US, people threatening to rob groceries and stores, houses, and all other things because their EBT is now off. I don't know, I'll keep my opinions to myself until my show on YT in a few hours. Definitely keep your eyes open.
Tunnels. That EBT is going to be shut down for like a month, y'all. They're not prepared for that. But I don't know, I feel like these politicians are starting to lose their grip, y'all. I feel like a lot of Trump supporters are changing and seeing the nonsense. I feel like a lot of, I don't know about the Democrats, y'all. I don't really pay attention to them, honestly. But I feel like a lot of these these people are starting to see that these politicians don't have our best interests, right? Trump didn't come in and save the day. He didn't. He saved the day for other people, not for America. So I think a lot of people are starting to get fed up, y'all. I think we're getting close. I think we're getting close, and it's going to take something big for them to gain control again for the betterment of us. You know, will it come or will they hit that eject button? Let me know down below.
Hollywood.
Okay.
Do you believe in them? Do you think they exist? Have you been to them?
They are real.
Really?
I knew I would
Now
get.
I'm just pissed I'm not invited.
Nobody's
Nobody's even thought to tell me
Keep
about
going.
it.
Keep going.
Well, there's so many different tunnels because the old days, I mean, really, we built our city on top of a city that kind of already existed. So there's just a lot under there.
And do you think celebrities really use them? Do you think people really use them?
Yes.
And you think it's the 1%? Like you think it's just like the
It's definitely the 1%. And the problem is I've been invited to these scenarios and I've felt like the sickest, most lead cancerous feeling ever, and I've never gone down those routes.
So same with like Illuminati stuff. I'm sure you're going to say the same thing. It's real. You've seen it, but you didn't want to take a part in it. Because there was a while where people really thought you were Illuminati. Honestly, I was people.
Not the 1%.
We may still hang out
Sorry.
sometimes.
You're not up there with the 1%.
I'm just not going to be a Hollywood puppet and entertain anything dark or illegal. They tried to blackmail and coerce me over and over and over to do horrible things, and I'm just not a horrible person.
So you obviously believe all of this Diddy stuff is real and darker than it's even shown.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm glad people are finally seeing it. I think when they saw him viciously assault Cassie, it all made sense because all we do is know his music and he's great. And then I think when you actually see someone as a monster, it's like, holy fuck. Like, yeah, horrible.
That's crazy. Jeffree Star.
I mean, that video ruined my month when I saw it.
Yeah.
Horrible. But
So horrible.
it was almost like nothing positive about it, but I was happy that she was validated because I was reading her comments like right after she had sued him and got like pennies, but like comparatively. And everyone's like, you were out for a check. You're so pathetic, disgusting liar.
that's so sad.
And immediately after, it's funny. It's all, like, go back and delete your comments. You guys are so embarrassing.
Yeah, that is sad as fuck.
But it was like
Very weird.
Like,
And now
not that I would want anybody to have a video like that, but it was like
I'm thankful there was proof to validate because when women aren't heard, I think that's the worst case scenario is when someone doesn't believe someone that is actually
especially
been
when
through
someone's so
something horrible.
powerful, you assume that they or like people.
I mean, listen,
accuse them.
I fully believe Diddy killed Tupac, so it's like I'm sure she knew all of that. You don't think he's in bed laughing about that shit once that NDA ink dries?
Yeah.
And they're not sitting in bed one day and he's like, yeah, that was
We
fun
don't
when
say
I killed
NDA
when I
ink
did
drying enough. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So
and
yeah, I
Kim
think
Porter, right? They
offed her absolutely.
Hey y'all.
Well, what's crazy is the hotel covered that up because the powers that be weren't done with them yet. But that's what I was saying in that past video. They're just pawns to get the masses. Imagine how many masses Diddy has gotten to go to that side, that dark side. Imagine. He's been around since the early 90s, late 80s with some of the biggest artists, right? The powers that be weren't done with them yet. That hotel thing happened a couple of years ago before it all broke. They paid that hospital or that hotel off. So why is nobody mad at the hotel for not putting it out? There's that Jeffree Star is still staying at that hotel. I bet when she goes to New York or wherever it was, she's still staying there, getting pampered, first class. You don't got to pay for your rooms. Don't worry about it. We'll give you a penthouse up top. You're so-called the 1%, right? People are hypocrites, y'all. They're liars. There's people in the industry still doing that right now, and they're not exposing it. You know why? Because if they expose it, then the industry's done with them and they lose their paycheck, y'all. So they ain't going to expose it. But when the powers that be are done with it, then they're going to come out and say, yo, he should have done this, done that. You know, shame on this guy. But right now, they're at those parties. Right now, they're witnessing that. I can't stand these people, man. These so-called 1%. They play along with the show and keep us fooled. Right? Give the peasants bread and whatever the saying is. Let me know down below. What's that damn saying? That's what they're doing to us, y'all.
Careful when y'all going to these Halloween stores, you know, buying all these costumes and items and stuff. I'm gonna tell you a little experience that I had last year. All right, so you know these Halloween stores, they got a lot of costumes, a lot of items and stuff, you know, to dress up and stuff, right? But this is what y'all don't know. It can be spirits tied to those items that y'all go up in there and buy. Look, man, this ain't no conspiracy. This is real deal. Like, you might get lucky and not bring one up in your house, but when you buy the item and then you bring it home, now that spirit's in your house.
now you done consented to some type of spiritual warfare. Whether, you know, you got that item in your house, now they can send a tax to you. I kid you not. Like what happened to me last year, I had, you know, got some mask, brought the mask back to the house. Next thing you know how you can like hear and feel presence that's near you? Like the air pressure may change or something like that. You can kind of feel and sense that someone's in the room. Well, that happened when I brought that item in the house. It wasn't like that ever at any other point in time until I brought that item in the house. And then someone else said the same thing. So be careful about bringing that stuff in your house. You think it's all fun and games. They know you think it's all fun and games. So they're going to be like, okay, hey, put this spirit, whatever, on that item. They're going to bring it in their house. You don't believe me? All right, go ahead, do it. Hopefully you get lucky.
Walmart said they're thinking about closing their doors on November 1st to where you can only order your food and your groceries online. The Brokies made a threat towards Walmart and said that if the government shuts off food, SNAP, they're going straight to the Walmart to get everything they need. And now every Walmart has a police officer on standby, and they're thinking about not opening the doors until this situation has passed. There's a thing called a reality check in America. And your crutch, you use the American taxpayers' money as a crutch for you to have an easy life. And there's nothing wrong with acquiescing to the new arrangements for you. Get a job. Go through the adjustment period of not having what you need for a little bit, but maybe that teaches you a lesson. It's not over, but do something. It's not free to live in America for anyone. And just because you got away this long, didn't mean that that was a forever thing. I'm out.
Man, we lost sight of helping out our neighbors, y'all. When I was little, you know, go to the neighbors and ask for whatever. We were out of salt, go ask the neighbor for some salt. We lost touch with that because of the social media. But I hate how people are making this so political. Because this same guy right here, if it was like, say, Kamala won and this happened, right? And she stopped food stamps or EBT, whatever you want to call it. She stopped it. We're in a government shutdown. We're not going to give it. This same guy would be saying how she's such a bad person. She needs to help the American people. She doesn't care about the American people. He wouldn't be saying get a job. Like, people make everything so political, and that's what they want. Because guess what? It's just more division. That's what they want. But these same people that are like bashing, calling them brokies, like, you never been broke. I've been broke. I would never call somebody a brokey. But if the shoe was on the other foot and the other party was in charge, all these same people saying get a job, get all this, would be saying they don't care about the American people. They would. And that's what's annoying, y'all. They don't realize how similar minded they are without even realizing it. Just opposite sides, y'all. I don't make it political. You know, I make it more, you need to be prepared for this. You need to have a little emergency fund with your food stamps for times like this, if you're really living that life. That's why I say the ones that are on here ranting and all that, I feel like they're the ones abusing the system. They're getting $1,400. You don't need that much bags of chips and sodas. You don't. But that's my opinion on it, y'all. And we'll get into it more on my second channel, like I said before. Link down below. Go over there and subscribe and show your boys some love. I know you guys are going to hate me saying that.
The space show is coming, and this is the last ditch effort.
If the electricity goes out, your internet's out, you go outside, you look up at the stars, and then you see this thing, Project Bluebeam. Everything goes just as planned.
The big fake space show involving sounds and extremely realistic holograms in the sky. Using this technology has been kept secret from the public, but we know enough about it. Project Bluebeam's artisans will create a worldwide celestial show that mimics a global second coming of Christ. Christ. This is the other part of Project Bluebeam a lot of people haven't really known about or considered, that the appearance of other religious figures, depending on the country in which they're displayed, different holograms will show and be played in various zones according to the zone's predominant religious beliefs.
I think the world ended in 2012. Okay? Now, a couple things happened. For one, you guys know about CERN, right?
No.
Okay, CERN, the Hydrogen Collider. And what that is they discovered the God particle through that. And they've been doing tests since this thing is fired up that have to do with what makes up the universe, the secrets of the universe, right? So since this thing has fired up in 2012, they said in theory it could have collapsed time itself or Earth, or ended the Earth from what we know it, right? Because they're smashing atoms together and doing all these different things. So that fired up in 2012. What movie was about a world-ending event?
2012?
2012.
Classic.
Okay.
Love that movie.
So after all that, I think after 2012, other timelines have been colliding with each other, right? So the world we knew ended. And now what we're seeing is layers of different realities happening. So to that point, that lady may be from somewhere, another timeline that's not from ours, that bled into ours and then disappeared. Now there's another story about something similar happening back in the 50s. This guy came into the airport and they were like, this place doesn't exist. Same thing. I believe it might have been the same place. It sounded very eerily similar to that. He had a passport. You said, hey, I'm from here. It's in between here and here, somewhere in Europe. Never existed. And then they locked him in a room, interrogated him for hours. And then they leave and they come back. They locked him up. He's still in the room. He's gone.
It's the same thing that happened to the lady. The same thing that
It's
happened
the
to the
same
lady.
thing.
The
They don't know where she is?
They said she disappeared.
Disappeared in the room. They locked the room.
And then allegedly they found her somewhere else on the street, but it was just it wasn't her anymore.
So I think that's what we're seeing. Because again, we could come up with theories and all this other stuff, but I try to connect the dots in, what reality and documented evidence and what things are actually happening. Because if you look into CERN, that is happening. That is real.
I hate pizza.
You hate pizza?
I know.
Listen.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, just give me a second.
Do you hate babies and puppies too?
Well, some of them.
What is it that you hate about pizza?
Okay, I'll tell you. I had it every day for a year, possibly more.
Wait, it's getting worse. Watch this.
Trying to call for pizzas, and you can't order a pizza to the White House. I'll just tell you that right now.
We did. Sometimes there were exceptions.
Yeah, sometimes you could go out maybe, and one of the kids could go out maybe and meet the
and pick it up.
Kids?
Yeah, the pizza driver. Yeah, but the first time you would have thought that war had been declared. There's a pizza truck outside that says a pizza was ordered. What do we do with it? And yeah, we had lots of challenges like that.
Well, there are too many types of food, but all these celebrities just talk about the same food, and this is what you all know. And one thing that I can't able to understand that why they mentioned White House, pizza, and the kids and delivery driver. Why? Tell me what you all think about that. And
This is the real dark reason why the elite wants you to keep using AI. Check this out.
Alright, the jig is up. Delete ChatGPT, delete Sora, delete any AI apps you have on your phone. Stop your support now. You need to understand something. Pandora's box is 99% of the way open.
Yep. No going
And I'm
back.
not sure if you're familiar with the myth, but once it opens, it cannot close. Oh my god, it's so funny. Jake Paul doing game makeup tutorials. They're making
Cancel AI immediately.
people are making child.
There needs to be laws, y'all, passed ASAP.
That is nigh indistinguishable from reality.
Is this why the elite are pushing it so hard?
You are going to be framed for something you did not do.
Yep.
It's gonna happen.
Oh.
We can't stop them from developing it. But what we can do is stop feeding them the money they need to do it.
Yep.
It's over. You want to be a creative? Sorry. That field has been replaced. Computer software, fucking forget it. That's already cooked over and done with. 3D rendering, artist direction, architecture. Do you understand that you are being replaced?
Yep.
You, all of us, are being replaced.
That was the plan.
Functions that make us human are being robbed from us.
That was the plan all along. Stay weird.
Yeah, he's telling the truth, y'all. Amazon's about to lay off 30,000 people due to AI to cut costs. 30,000 employees are about to be laid off at Amazon. And it's not going to stop there. It's going everywhere. It's going everywhere. And like he said, we don't have control over it. I mean, I think we do at the end of the day, but it's going to take a village. It's going to take more than, y'all that are watching this video. It's going to take a lot more. If we really wanted to stop it, we could. If we really wanted to. But yeah. I mean, that kind of hit when he said it will never go back to how it used to be. Like, we won't. Those days are done. Our kids will never see being outside playing, walking to Whataburger to get something, like walking to the store for nothing. Just walking to the store to go and walk back. Like, those days are done, y'all.
When you talk about shock and awe, this is traumatic, emotional shock and awe, and then they're off to the next shock and awe. Let's go back to this one just for a second. And I got to be honest too, there's a lot of supporters of the man who's leading us who are extremely they're worried and disappointed. And a little scared and a little like, whoa, we might have been hoodwinked here. And that's an honest, I've talked to many people like, dude, I voted for him and there's something weird going on. I didn't like this and I did. There's something weird going on. And that's the feeling. And it started there. Bing. And within, the president goes, but he's dead. He's passed away. The president said it? He's a good friend. Okay. And then Netanyahu goes, I just want to tell you, I didn't do it. And you're like, what was that even about? Who was done? Why would, that's like if your house gets robbed and someone comes out of nowhere and goes, I just want to let you know, no matter what anyone says, I didn't do it. Like it's insulting humanity. Who goes, I can't believe people, like he went out of his way. The leader of Israel went out of his way going, I just want to make this official. I had nothing to do with what happened to Charlie Kirk. It's just ridiculous. Okay, missile Syria.
That's what I was about to say.
Come here, you rotten Hamas. I know you're hiding somewhere. Come on, man. A lot of us now everywhere are going, what is going on? And then you're starting to go in the hole of this and this. I will say this. Do you guys like Candace? I'm going to be straight up blunt with you. Love Candace. I've loved her from day one. I loved her from a couple years ago. And again, it's not politics. I will just listen to some of the things she says. You know, maybe she's a psyop. I don't know. But I'll tell you what. Yeah.
I've heard Israel and Qatar are paying $7,000 a post to talk about whatever bull they want in the media right now.
How do you make money as an independent news creator? Two ways. You either sell subscriptions or you sell your soul. We got contacted by a US-based influence marketing company that offered us $25,000 to go, up to $40,000 based on the views that you generate from your content. I said, sounds interesting. $25,000. Where the fuck is this? You have to sign this NDA. I can't break who the US-based company is because I know they'll sue me. We got contacted by the Communist Youth League of China. Long story short, we want you to go to China. You're going to talk about infrastructure, daily life, and you're going to give some history about China. And I said, no, fuck you. I'm not doing this. Go on Instagram right now and type in Chongqing, China. There are loads of videos talking about the infrastructure in Chongqing, China. I can't prove these people took that deal, but everything a lot of them talk about is what I was told to talk about.
Israeli government is flying out like celebrities for free out there to do a tour for free, and it's on the house. They fly you first class, the whole thing. And I go, it's free? They go, yeah, it's not free. Because when you land there, they go, you have to every day tweet positive things about Israel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just felt so uneasy about it. I don't know much about it. I just know that they're in conflict. But I did what they said. It was just basically, Palestinians, Israel's a beautiful country.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's true.
It is true, but then it's like I had to tag the government in it or whatever.
Oh, that's crazy. The Israeli government?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird as shit.
Yeah, and it was just like every day it was just nonstop.
You were cucking for the Israeli government.
Yeah, but I wish I hadn't gone really.
You put that chip in your brain and you watch. And I'll tell you right.
That kind of makes me think of, these social media. We've had videos on here of people going to China, like that Dylan Page. Is that his name? The dude that does the news. We had a clip of him today. Other creators, Kai Cenat, all these creators, right? They go over there and say, wow, look how this technology is. Their subways are so much better than America's. Their lights, they're so far ahead. And their cell phones are way better. Their cars are like 10 times cheaper than Tesla and 10 times better. Like, they must have been getting paid or what? They get that 25,000 cash. They sell out for 25,000. They make that 25,000 in a day, y'all. I couldn't see them selling out for 25,000 to go somewhere and promote them like that. But then again, I don't know. But that makes me think a little bit when he says that. And then I see these other creators going to, different countries and saying how much better it is than America. Now that's a sellout. Me promoting my second channel that gets 100 views is not a sellout. Me going to another country and saying this country is way better than America, and then coming back to America and getting my money, now that's a sellout.
He is evil embodied. Nobody wants to put a chip in somebody else's brain unless if they are evil and sadistic. And I'll say it right to his face. I'm not scared of him, and I die right now. I don't care. There's nothing he can do to scare me. And I'm not scared to tell people what I believe, because I'm telling you, if you get that chip in your brain from Elon Musk, you've been fooled.
Just the chip is the one that makes you uncomfortable.
When you type in Neuralink and Greek beta gematria, you get the numerical value of 666.
Can you type that in?
Now, gematria, apparently, I don't know a bunch of stuff. I'm not that well versed in my history, but gematria is when they give words or letters a numerical value. When you type in Neuralink and Greek beta gematria, 666. That's why I believe it.
Okay, so where did you read that? Did you read that online or?
I typed it in myself. I went to the Greek beta gematria calculator and I typed in the word Neuralink, and its numerical value in Greek beta gematria is 666.
This is Harry Truman, okay? Harry Truman is the 33rd president of the United States. Number 33, right? He's also a 33rd degree Freemason, which is the highest Freemason, okay? Why is it important? Because he's the one who ordered the dropping of the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now, this is controversial because at this point, America didn't have to nuke Japan. Why? Because America was firebombing Tokyo. You can see the damage, right? In Tokyo, all the houses are wooden. Guess what? If you drop fire bombs on these houses, everything burns. So America was just burning Japan to death. They didn't have to drop the nuclear bombs. Okay? You can see the devastation, okay? This is Tokyo. They burned everything down. There was talk that if America launched a land invasion of Japan, lots of people would have died. But you didn't have to invade Japan because you were just bombing Japan to ashes. So why did they drop the bomb? Well, the other argument is that they dropped the bomb to scare the Soviet Union. But that only encouraged the Soviet Union to get their own bomb, right? So you have to ask yourself, why did they do this?
Similar fortunes with the New York Jets as they finally get a win in the 8th week of the season to get to 1-7.
You the man. You the man. You the man. Ain't nobody sacrifice people like you do, my boy.
Oh my God, they did it. They got their first win. All it took was Nick Mangold Soul. That's all it took. Just one for the one win.
How did the fans not realize this?
Well, again, right? Mangold equals 66, right? Yesterday was the 66 days left in the year, right? Genesis 6:6, God regrets making man. Understand?
Oh, I understand, but they don't though.
NFL equals 66.
A former Jet star drops dead and then the Jets get their first win? They don't see that?
It's the Roman Coliseum. But they don't see that though. They pay money to see these games, then we sacrifice their favorite players.
We love it though.
It's the modern day Roman Coliseum.
Just think about all we did for LeBron James.
Right.
LeBron James, aka King James, he won the championship for the Cavaliers on June 19th. The real King James's birthday, the one who made the King James Version Bible.
Remember, the day before Kobe died, right? LeBron was playing in Kobe's hometown, Philly, and then on the court, we had 2 snakes being chopped up on both sides of the court. What was Kobe's nickname?
The Black Mamba! The snake!
Exactly, give us out! Exactly!
Then we made LeBron win the championship for the Lakers on Father-Daughter Day after Kobe and his daughter go. They won with 13 points. Kobe was number 13 pick overall.
Sir, but what if they figure all of this out, like what we're doing? So? They're gonna, listen, they don't see it, but they're gonna keep coming back and watching the game and watching the game and watching the game while we sacrifice their favorite players.
Are we still coming for LeBron when he retires?
Most definitely. Most definitely. All right? All right. So listen.
So what we got planned for today?
I need the Blue Jays to win tonight. Aubrey, Drake, Graham equal 300 to 300 day of the year. It seemed pretty fitting. All right? We need Blue Jays to win tonight.
All right. You got it, boss.
All right. So, hey, how that November 8th thing coming along?
Oh, we are all set for November 8th. They're going to be in for a shocker.
The video has gone pretty viral. Pastor Rob McCoy's son, Mike McCoy, you're going to see what he does, not in the seconds following Charlie getting shot, but in less than 1 second. First, let's hear his daddy's version of the events.
And Mikey's the chief of staff. And I'm watching, the minute Charlie was shot, he called me, says, Dad, Charlie's been shot in the neck. Please call every pastor and pray. He had blood all over him. And
It's rubbing me the wrong way, is that he says Mikey had blood all over him, except Mikey did not have blood anywhere near him because Mikey was behind the tent when Charlie got shot.
Walked out cool as a cucumber, too.
That seems pretty quick. Okay, I obviously went out to Mikey McCoy. No response. Weird. Because if that was me and I saw clips going viral, I'd say, here's my call log. But they have not. Everything about this is wrong. You know it, and I know it.
So it seems like somebody's lying. New footage has been circulating showing Turning Point's chief of staff, Mikey McCoy's odd reaction right after Charlie Kirk got shot. Right after Charlie Kirk got shot, Mikey McCoy can be seen plugging his ears and instantly turning around and walking away slowly. People are noticing that he's on a cell phone talking to somebody. And this is kind of odd because everybody else around there is running and ducking for cover. And so it begs the question, who was Mikey talking to on the cell phone? Mikey's father, Pastor Rob McCoy, claims that Mikey called him right after Charlie got shot. Take a listen.
I'm looking at my son who's 24 years old. Justin's the CFO, chief financial officer, and Mikey's the chief of staff. And I'm watching, the minute Charlie was shot, he called me, says, "Dad, Charlie's been shot in the neck. Please call every pastor and pray." I said, "Okay, son." He has wits about him. He was just directing. He had blood all over him. And
Pastor Rob McCoy also claims that Mikey is covered in blood. But that's odd because Mikey quickly turned and walked away without even looking underneath the tent to see if Charlie was okay. According to James Lee's investigation, Mikey McCoy called Erica Kirk, and this is per the New York Times. Check this out.
Who was he calling? Well, I did some digging, and according to the New York Times, it was one Erica Kirk. Quote, Miss Kirk was sitting in her mother's hospital room at 11:23 a.m. local time in Phoenix when she saw the number of her husband's longtime assistant, Michael McCoy, appear on her phone. In retrospect, she said she knew the words, "He's been shot," before Mr. McCoy screamed them. According to official records, Charlie Kirk was shot at 12:23 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 11:23 in Phoenix. So if the New York Times is being 100% accurate, the only person that Mikey could have been on the phone with is Erica.
So who was Mikey McCoy really talking to? And why did he just walk away so calmly right after his friend got shot?
When I was in
Not only his friend, but just somebody got their freaking head blown off right there in front of you. Like, there's going to be some panic. That's traumatic. Unless you're like some, SEAL Team 6 dude that, has been there, done that. I doubt a pastor's son has been there and done that, right? The majority of us have not been there and done that.
investigating cartel-related trafficking groups. Everywhere I would go, they would have these deities they prayed to. They call them narco gods or narco saints, stuff like that. Sometimes in America, it can seem like people are kind of shielded from this type of stuff. But when I go out the country, to them, it's 100% real. There's something that is called a jinn, D-J-I-N-N. In certain areas, they associate all demons, all extraterrestrials, all non-human intelligences that are negative. They all call them jinn. A lot of times people accuse people who amass wealth very fast. They accuse them of using jinn. There's a magician going around right now. His name's Muhammad. And people are saying that he's using jinn. Some of his footage is pretty compelling. I was told about a lady who is a relative to somebody that I'm really close to out here. She says that she has an aunt who plays with this type of magic, with these type of forces. According to her, she keeps a jinn in one of her bedrooms in her house. I asked her, is it possible I can visit with your aunt? I explained to her, this is what I do. She said, well, look, if you're not afraid and you really want to go, I can arrange that. She arranged that. If you feel me, the problem is, if you read about jinn, they can shapeshift, they can take forces of different beings, different animals. Sometimes they can't hold a different form, and the way they look is scary and shocking to a normal person. We coordinate the visit, we pull up over there, probably about 50 birds pull up, about 50 crows just lurking around, you feel me? Her family member knew what I was there for and immediately asked me for a trade. The young lady that I'm with, she said, yeah, my aunt's not usually like this. I don't think this is her. We should leave. So we left. It was creepy, to say the least. It smelled funny in there. And everybody that was in the vehicle with us had like this emotional, spiritual reaction to this. They were all looking at me like, I don't think you know what you just did. We admire your bravery. They was telling me I was mad and I was crazy. And they gave me a list of signs and things to look out for. After that, I was staying at this little resort. I had to leave from over there because a lot of strange things kept happening. I got a video of like cats trying to literally claw through my door. You know, I opened the window, several cats is jumping through my window. The people around were saying, this is a spiritual thing. Cats are like a protector to kind souls. You may be in danger.
All right, family. There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I didn't talk too much. I was in one of those zones, y'all. I was in one of those zones trying to give my 2 cents. I always say, like, I'm going to try to just get in, quick jab, get out, like most people do, right? I'm trying to grow, y'all. I'm trying to grow the channel. I feel like we hit a plateau. Like I said, I'm going to try the green screen, but I like this too. But we'll be going back and forth, y'all. But I don't know. I'm trying to break that little plateau I've been in for a few months now. And I always say I'm going to get in and just a quick jab and get out like a lot of people do. And I can't, y'all. This is me. This is me. I've always talked like this. I've always talked. I've always tried to give knowledge. Although people say like you're talking to kindergarteners, that's how you talk. I don't know. That's just how I talk, y'all. It comes off as genuine to me, and I try to give people some knowledge and whatnot. But anyways, y'all, if you made this far, y'all know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. The baby let me do the whole video. Like if you guys see me looking at my phone, just know 9 times out of 10, I'm watching him sleep. 9 times out of 10, they said a bad word on here. So I write it down on my phone, like blur out or mute, you know, Patrick Bet David. I say the word, and then at, I don't know, 10 minutes. So I know when I'm editing, okay, go to 10 minutes. It's Patrick Bet David. Okay, find it, mute it, boom. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm doing. I'm either checking the baby, or I'm writing down a bad word they said so it doesn't get blocked and I can't put the video out. But anyways, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. Hope everyone out there has a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is Segovia signing out of the Man Cave. Later.